Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Stephanie with Lumeria Star. Today what we're going to do is take a look through my Yogic Path Oracle. I did heavily modify it and kind of make it my own, and I got quite a few requests to do a full walkthrough of what I did. So I'm happy to oblige, and I will share with you all what I did. So I will say that I really enjoyed this deck for how it came to me, just like as the creators intended. I really enjoy Sahara Rose. I've read a few of her books, and this is illustrated by Danielle Noel, who many of us know in the tarot community, and I personally love her artwork. So with that being said, the deck wasn't really working for me. Meaning like the structure of it and the keywords, just like I couldn't figure out really how to use it in my practice. So because of that, I just didn't use it. And because I'm in a no-buy year this year, I've really challenged myself to be like, okay, I have a bunch of decks I don't use. Why? And what can I do? What can I modify? What can I create or take away that'll make it usable for me? So that's kind of been a fun process, and this modification was kind of like modifying the entire structure. So I will show you what I mean by that. So I have the guidebook here, and we're going to take a look at the deck. I will also say that I got the original inspiration for this modification through Danny from Danny Mystic. She didn't modify this deck, but she modified, I believe it was the Work Your Light Oracle by Danielle Noel and Rebecca Campbell, and I really loved what she did, and I felt inspired to do the same kind of idea for a yogic path. So let me how do I want to do this? Okay, so the backs look relatively the same, but I did cut off quite a bit. So these are in no particular order because I have been using these all month. So basically what I did is I cut off the bottom keyword. There was like a border here. I cut them all off and rounded these edges. And then I decided what I thought each card meant to me. And I came up with a keyword that I thought fit the image. And then I used a like typewriter letter stamper and stamped them on. I love the way this turned out. I will say this was pretty like time intensive and laborious. So I don't know if I'm going to do another mod like this again, but this was really fun and I'm glad I did it. So I'll kind of walk you through kind of my thought process. So for those of you who are not familiar with the deck, I'm actually going to find this card in the deck. The structure of this deck, if you buy it, is all yogic principles. And I thought it would work for me because I do practice yoga. But the problem was, so this is what the card originally looked like. So this is the bottom title. So Manipura, I think that's how you pronounce it. And that's the solar plexus chakra. So I know what these mean, but a lot of these other keywords, like some of the deities, like I don't know who these are. So these keywords didn't mean much to me. Like I saw those and I would have to rely on the guidebook and I didn't want to. I wish if they redid this, this deck, it would be fine to keep the title, but I wish they would put other keywords. And they have keywords in the book. Aggression, energy, like I wish they were on here. So I did think of adding those, but then I was like, you know what? Like I kind of just want to do my own thing. So this is what the original cards look like. And I really just chopped off all the titles. So that's what I did first. And then what I did here, I even saved, so I was just literally writing on paper, reworking a yogic path oracle. So I wrote all down the original titles and I just looked at the image and I was figuring out what it meant to me, what I was seeing. So these were some ideas, and some of them I wrote like a couple different ideas. I was also taking into account what the creator originally intended. So like, for example, this one, This is the solar plexus chakra, Manipura, and confidence is a key word for the solar plexus chakra. So I kept like the essence of this card, so to speak. I'm trying to find another one. Let's see. Let's see, what was that card? Let's see if I can find it in the guidebook real quick. So this card was originally Svadhyaya, and the key word was self-study. And I decided to kind of keep that because the image did work for me. Like, we've got a book here, we've got an eye. So I put two keywords, learn and unlearn, and that works for me personally. So for some of the cards, I kind of kept in mind the original meaning, but there were others where I was like, that doesn't resonate with me at all, and I'm just going off of what I see in this image. So this was my brainstorm process. You can kind of just see how I did that, very old school, very analog. And then I had to practice on some cards because I was very nervous getting into an art project and wondering if the ink was even going to stick. So I did practice on like an extra card I had. This is from like the Starseed Oracle, which the cardstock is the same. I was practicing what like a Sharpie would look like. I practiced my first my first try at the stamping, which I realize it really smudges, so they have to dry for a long time. So this was kind of a throwaway card. This was a card I pulled out of that Oracle deck because it didn't resonate with me. So that was a practice one. A couple other practice cards. These images didn't speak to me like at all, so I didn't put them in. I might change my mind because this is just tape. I was taping where I would maybe want the word. So I could easily take the tape off and still use these cards, but they're not in the deck right now. And then this is another one. This is the whole creative process. When I was stamping, of course, I spelled a word wrong, grounded. Like, I thought this was a perfect image for being grounded, and I forgot the N. And I was like, oh, let me try to fit it in. No, that looks so stupid. So unfortunately, this card turned into trash, but that's okay. But I definitely wanted to show you my creative process with this. So without further ado, I'll just kind of show you what I came up with. These are just keywords that meant something to me. So for this one, I put confidence, learn and unlearn, connection, intuition, which this is the crown chakra, so that one kind of stayed true to the original. The chakras I tried to keep similar. I tried to keep keywords that I associate with that chakra. So this is the root chakra, so I put rooted, self-compassion, curiosity, freedom, possibilities, the crone. Doesn't she look like a crone? Breathe, release. I don't know if you can see it here. I put self-devotion, soften, sensual, the mother. So I do have the mother, maiden, and the crone in this deck. Clarity, pleasure, which is the sacral chakra, so I kept on theme with that one. Wisdom, beauty. I don't know if you can see that. I have the Empress, which is a very important archetype in my life. Abundance, remove, which keeps in line with this deity, which I believe is Durga. Sacred rage, this is Kali. I kept it on theme. I love the term sacred rage, so I really like that keyword for that one. Voice keeps in line with throat chakra. father. So I do have a few archetypes in here. I have the father and the mother. Dance. Ocean medicine, which is really important in my practice. Surrender. I don't know if you can see that. I have earth medicine here. Duality. Love, which is aligned with, this is the heart chakra. Openness. Be bold. Sacred space. Truth. Playful. Self-love. The maiden. Growth. Awareness. Rest. Grounded. I made that one grounded since I made the boo-boo over here. I think this was going to be something else, but made it work. I feel like this is still a very grounded image. Creativity. I love this image for creativity. Thrive. Joy. Coven. I love this one too. Attachment. Replenish. Primal. And hope. So that is my completely modded and basically customized version of a yogic path, and I could not be happier with the results. This was a labor of love because those stampers take a long time to dry. So I had these like on my dining room table for like a week just because I was so paranoid that I wouldn't wait long enough and I would shuffle and they would all smudge and all my work would be for nothing. So it took a lot of patience, but I'm so happy with the results. I think these are beautiful. I really love these images, and I'm just proud that like I'm just pushing myself to be creative rather than just being like, oh, this deck didn't work for me, let me get rid of it. And no, I still felt called to the artwork and I made it my own. And I just love that idea. I think more of us should be playing around with like, hey, if something doesn't work for us, like, can we change it? Can we make it into something that works for our practice? And all of these keywords are keywords that have personal meaning in my life, in my practice. I might even toy around with maybe like writing my own little guidebook for this, perhaps. So yeah, this is my very modded and personalized yogic path oracle. Do we want a collective reading? I think this deck does. So let's just pull a few cards for the collective. Just a message from the universe, wherever you are today, whenever you're watching this video, consider this message for you. And as I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's see what message comes through for all of us today. Okay, so we have got joy. How lovely. Growth. And thrive. What a great message. So we might be in a stage right now of growing, which can often feel really uncomfortable. So as we're growing and kind of like, I like to call them growing pains, like when we grow, like it is really uncomfortable. How can you find joy in that process? Maybe you're working towards some goals. Maybe you are in therapy. Maybe you are, saving for a house, trying to have a baby, trying to get a divorce. Whatever you're working on, there are growing pains involved. And just know that is normal. And can you also still cultivate joy in that space of discomfort And if you're able to do that, you know, will you notice the quality of your life feels different? Do you feel like you're thriving? Do you feel like, you know, the universe is kind of supporting you in this? Primal. We've got some energy coming up that you might be suppressing during this phase. Can you tap into that primal part of you? Can you give yourself permission to actually thrive and feel joy? Primal for me, what's coming up is being in like survival mode, being in scarcity mode, and that often prevents us from thriving. So you might be in a scarcity mindset right now. How can you let yourself grow out of that and actually go for the things that you want? So that message definitely resonates for me. Hopefully something with this message resonated for you. I would love to hear what you all think of my mod, my personalization and my mod of the Yogic Path Oracle. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think. Is this something you would want to do? Is this giving you kind of like the creative, you know, nudge to like maybe do this with one of your decks? Do you have the Yogic Path? Did it work for you or does it work for you? Let me know all the things in the comments down below. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Tell me all the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.